to me. Something in the things you say makes me wanna walk your way. Something in the things you do to me. You make me feel so pretty. You make me feel so beautiful. You make me feel so pretty.
We recognise that song, don't we, Lady Hawke?
Oh, yes, we do indeed.
That must be that Australian lady. Must be Trysette. Are you there, Trysette, Bruce? Sheila.
I'm here, Cheri. So good to hear that British accent again.
What, trying to take off her an Australian, yeah, the Sheila Ben, yeah, how are you, Bruce? Whatever it is, but that's terrible.
You know what?
isn't it?
We don't actually say Sheila here.
No, you don't.
Well, it's a bit like, yeah, I'm sure we used to, and I'm sure some people still do, but it's one of those things that we tend to throw around because the people love it.
Okay, then, Sheila, sorry, Trysette. Welcome along to the Hawke Chill Out Sessions here in England, whilst you're down under in Australia.
I am, and I'm sitting out the back here. It's 11 a.m. It's a beautiful sunny day, some fluffy clouds in the sky, just painting a picture for you, because I know it's about, 2 a.m. there, and you should be in bed.
Yeah, you're right.
Hi, Lady Hawke.
Hi, Trysette.
It's good fun. I mean, the thing about doing our 10-hour show through Saturday night, Sunday morning, is that the time does go very quickly. And having interviews such as yourself just makes it even more enjoyable. So we'll try not to bore you too much, Trysette.
Never bored. Never bored with interviews.
No, well, I suppose I better ask you a little bit about your musical upbringing. When did it sort of begin for you? You know, when you was about 5-year-old, or what do you think, Trysette?
Yes, actually, I think it all began when I was about 6 or 7. Mum and Dad had me learn classical piano, and in fact there are 9 children in our family, so most of us learned classical piano, and in fact it was pretty much all the music we had in the house growing up. So the only exposure I got to mainstream pop music was on the school bus, because we lived about 40 minutes out of town, and I used to get in trouble all the time for laughing too loud, so I'd get sat up the front with the, opposite the driver, and I'd get to listen to the radio, so maybe I did it on purpose. And also school choir. I was very involved with the school choir, so I had, exposure to pop music that way. But the funny thing is, I guess when you're in a family that large, there was never time or room for the radio to be playing, because there was always somebody practicing their scales. And so, the exposure was limited. But what did sift through was, Carole King and James Taylor predominantly, Elton John, a lot of piano players, of course, that I tried to imitate. And then some friends introduced me to Phil Collins when I was 17. And Robert Palmer had a song out called Looking for Clues, and I absolutely just fell in love with that song. And I don't think it was one of his more popular ones, but it's certainly my favourite of his.
I have to remember that.
Yeah. But other than that, we had a TV program called Countdown, and they used to play all the popular bands at the time, and one of the fun ones was Bay City Rollers.
That brings back memories, that does, yeah.
I thought that might.
But that's Scots Jimmy. Yes,
exactly. So anyway, that was about it for me. It's amazing that I actually even got myself into songwriting and the path that I did follow, because often, when you're classically trained, it's kind of hard to break out of that when it's a strict classical training, for sure.
It can be, and having 9 pianos all going at the same time in your house must have been real fun. That was, my goodness.
Actually, it was just one, and this will interest you. It was one of 2 London chapel grands.
Oh.
And, yes, my mum and dad bought it from an English lady in Brisbane, obviously a long time ago now. But she and her husband had moved out from England, but he passed away, and they had to move into she had to move into a small apartment. And so this grand is like kind of, I don't know, 12 feet long or something ridiculous.
Okay.
And so Mum bought it. But actually now, because after all the kids left home, Mum sold it, and it's now in the Powerhouse Museum in Sydney.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, it's being kept and looked after and on display. What more?
Exactly, yeah.
Excellent.
So, isn't that lovely?
Well, speaking of Australia, of course, now the name Fiona Joy will make you smile, I'm sure, etc.
And giggle.
Yes, you a couple of gigglers, you two, I bet. Well, I mean, lucky Fiona, I was lucky enough that Fiona was out. She actually came into the studio here at HFM when she was close a couple of years ago now, I can't remember, but it's fabulous meeting up with her. But how did you meet up with her, and and obviously part of the Little Hartley Music people, please?
Yes, in fact, I think it was 3 or 4 years ago now, a girlfriend of mine, Lisa Aston, started the House Concerts Australia website, and Fiona and I were both members of that, and Lisa was running this lovely online little radio program, and playing all the artists that were on the House Concert site.
Yeah.
And I was wanting to tour, and I was thinking about putting a tour together at the time, but I thought, it's kind of lonely touring on your own as a solo artist. And I thought, wouldn't it be nice to find another pianist who, would like to tour with me? So I heard Fiona's music, and it was so beautiful. I actually sent her an email and asked her if, she was interested in doing some touring together, and she came straight back and said, yes, absolutely. And it was all on, because you know Fiona, and she's gung-ho, and I think that's what we really clicked, because we both had the same amount of energy and enthusiasm, and we wanted it so badly that it kind of just took off, and we thought that we would really just do a short few-week tour on the east coast of Australia. But it went so well, and we'd both been travelling to America separately before we knew each other, that we thought, well, why don't we give America a go?
Why not? Yes.
And as you know, our music is quite different, but it was a really nice blend, I think. Mine's more pop singer-songwriter, and she's more Enya, piano, classic, new age piano. So it worked really well, and we actually did 3 US tours over the next few years, and we did a couple more Australian tours, and we've become, obviously very good friends, because when you spend that much time together, you stick like glue, or you don't. And, so she's got this little Hartley Music Company, because she's a brilliant businesswoman, which I admire about her very much, as well as her music. And she's an artist, she paints,
multi-talented.
Yes, and what I love too is that she likes to help other artists. So through Little Hartley Music, she's really trying to find exposure for our music as well as her own. So she's got a big heart. She's very kind.
Oh,
big-hearted
Fiona Joy. Oh, bless her. Well, I suppose
as much as I pretend to bag her out in our videos.
Well, it depends who's got the loudest giggle, probably. Well, we're here to talk about your album, Feel So Pretty. So how did it initially come together? Because it was recorded in LA with Los Angeles, not in Australia at all.
That's right. Well, the album before Feel So Pretty was Le Café Ancien, and I recorded that one in England and France with Chris Corney. He's a good friend of mine, singer-songwriter and producer,
right.
and he lives in Bedfordshire, actually.
Right.
Yes, and so after that album came out, you naturally kind of just start writing new songs. And I did write a few heartbroken songs, like Water, because I had just at this point come out of a long-term relationship. So, Like Water, and is that what you said? Kind of, tell that story. And when I wrote the title track, Feel So Pretty, it was more about being surrounded by people who were helping me to get in touch with my feminine side. I grew up a bit of a tomboy and never really liked being girly, but but that's been, I've kind of been finding that side of myself over the last 5 years or so, and that's where that song came from. And the rest, there's some other songs on this album, kind of having moved out of one relationship and into meeting somebody new and all the fear and the good feelings along with the fear that goes with, meeting somebody new. So, it is a journey. I tend to write mostly about, love and relationships.
Well, that's girls for you, not like us boys and men, we write about other things, etc.
You write about your guitars.
Well, I'll let listen to Feel So Pretty, still playing in the background, so just take a short breathe, about a minute or so. Here we go.
Okay, thank you.
The next song we're going to hear is a little bit different, isn't it? This should be a good thing. I assume it was. We hope it was anyway.
Yes. Well, it's probably not what you think, but it's like, and I'll have to keep referring back to the Broken Heart, I suppose, a little bit, just because there was so much inspiration for the songwriting on this album. But this was a point where actually the tears had gone, and I wanted to write a song, but I couldn't find any inspiration. And it's so that the lyrics are like, there's no more tears, and this should be a good thing, but I can't find any inspiration. I'm looking through my iTunes, I'm looking for clues, and so this, the fact that I'm over the broken heart should actually be a good thing, but now I'm finding it hard to write a new song, and that's, very important to a songwriter.
Indeed.
So I actually got a song out of not being able to write a song.
Well, let's have a listen to it, and then let's see what it was. Here we go.
Okay.
I should be so lucky. Looking through my iTunes, looking for a spark to ignite the fire.
think it was a good thing, you know, slowly recovering.
Yeah. Does that make sense now?
It does indeed. It makes all the difference when someone just expands on it without being too intrusive, etc.
Yeah,
So, what about the next track then? You Must Know. It's a very melodic track. So, what's behind this story or song?
Well, that's interesting because, again, it was probably around the same time. I just couldn't think of anything to write. And I contacted Chris, who I just told you about, in Bedfordshire, my friend.
Yes,
I said, would you please send me some lyrics, you know. And I don't co-write a lot, but he's a fantastic songwriter. He's an amazing songwriter, and I should respect his work very much. And so I contacted him and I said, please send me some old lyrics that you don't want, if you've got any. And so he sent me, you know, a few sets of lyrics, and that set wasn't called You Must Know, it was called something else. Not something else, it was called, another name.
Yeah.
And I kind of just edited and made them my own, and then wrote the song around those lyrics. So we actually co-wrote that song together. So you might have to ask him what those lyrics are about.
Well, if he lives in Bedfordshire, that's only a few miles away from here. The borders of Bedfordshire, anyway. But
he does. Shepherd, I think. Shepherd.
I'll go and check that out, and we'll try what we can try and get hold of that sometime anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's have a little listen to it. It's still running in the background, so here we go.
Great.
Well, my ghosts come out to play, and they stay. And it's a lonely life inside a bubble. I wonder if you'll cross before you trouble. Remember me, remember how I loved you, and you must know, surely I still do. And you must know, surely I still do.
Well, we know a little bit more now, but we won't do until we speak to you, etc. But now,
I had to kind of try and interpret what he was getting at and expand on it.
well, usually ladies think differently to guys, and guys think differently to ladies. So I think we'll leave it there. I think, but now the next track, Chasing Cars, initially released by Snow Patrol a few years back. What made you want to do this sort of cover version, etc.? Please.
This is the first cover I've ever recorded, and I've got 5 albums. So my producer in Los Angeles said to me, I think you need to do a cover song on this next album because you haven't done one.
Oh,
And I said, okay, all right, yes. Steve enlisted my good friend Bob Malone to do a string arrangement for it, which is on there. And he also got another friend of his, John Pratt, to do the backing vocal, which is absolutely sublime, I think. And I think it just came out really nicely. And I was just concerned. I just wanted to make sure that I did a good job of the song.
You did a good job. Let's have a listen to it. Here we go. see Snow Patrol and you perform it together. That'd be interesting.
Wouldn't that be
Brilliant,
something?
wouldn't it? Here we go with Chasing Cars.
Forget what we're told before we get too old. Just show me a garden that's bursting into life. Let's waste time chasing cars around our heads. I need your grace to remind me to find my own. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you?
You've given that song a whole new dynamic feel to it. You know, you should be chasing pianos, not chasing cars. But,
It should be.
and Lady Hawke, what did you just say to me a few minutes ago?
This song is actually my favorite.
Well, there you are.
Yeah, I love
Oh, thank you.
Oh, it's
Well,
one
that
of
makes
those
me
things.
feel really good. Thank you. I'm glad I did it. And you know, I've got a new project happening this year, and I'm recording one cover every month. Go figure.
it. Oh, right. Oh.
Because the feedback from the Chasing Cars recording has been great, and I kind of thought to myself, well, what am I going to do this year? Because I've taken a break from touring this year, and I thought, well, why don't I, give people what they want, and we'll find out what people want.
So,
And so I put together, a new project on Patreon.com, and that's the goal, is to record one cover every month. And I've got a team of supporters there, and anybody can join. But I've done Fix You. The first one was Fix You by Coldplay, and I just did Natural Woman by Hawke. And I'm about to record Landslide with Max. So it's going really well, and it's actually bringing back my creativity, which I kind of lost a bit last year.
well, that's good. Often songs are both reflective, both deeply and physically and mentally sometimes as well. But the next track we're going to have a listen to is That What You Said? Is it what you said or whatever? Let's have a listen to it and see what this is about. Here we go.
I used to be your queen. You were the king of my dreams. I lost my crown. Your soldiers all fell down. I can't move my legs. They just won't do what I want them to. I can't move my heart. It don't seem to care what you put me through. Must be out of my head. I thought I heard my rights being read. Is that what you said?
There must be a little story here. Are you looking back again in time or what, I wonder?
Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
Can you hear the crows?
Yes, I can, yeah.
I almost didn't hear anything you said just then. I'm thinking you asked where the inspiration came for that song. That's the other deep, heartfelt song, coming out of the long-term relationship. And it's like, really? Are you really breaking up with me right now?
Yeah.
Is that really what you said? That's basically what that's about. And then just kind of the recognising the fact that, right, maybe we did lose our way. You know, so it's not an angry song, it's just kind of a an accepting song.
Well, thank you, Crows. They obviously agree with you, but well, we'll move away from the Crows and we'll go on to
The Crows.
Under My Skin. I've got you. Nice wrong now. Here we go. Let's have a listen to Under My Skin. I like that.
And even if it's just a memory, you're the one who finally got to me. I tried to resist the moment we kissed. I knew it was too late. Don't you get under my skin? Don't you get under my skin? Don't you get under my skin? That wasn't in the plan when I let you in. Your kisses burned right to my very core, kinda like I never felt before. So what do I do now? How should I feel? How do I deal with this? I shake it off momentarily, and I know very soon I will be free. So don't you come round here calling my name, only to fan my flame. Don't you get under my skin? Don't you get under my skin? Don't you get under my skin? That wasn't in the plan when I...
We like this song, if only it was almost like Got You Under My Skin, like sort of
Yeah.
Frank Sinatra, etc. But hey, what's this one all about, Trysette? I like it.
Yeah, well, this is the one where, you know, you meet someone new and you go, oh, holy cow. Nice. I like you, but hang on, you know, it's a little bit soon, and oh
Yes,
no, you know, all that kind of ridiculous fear creeps in, and
Perfectly
yeah,
okay.
right guy, wrong time. And and it's just like, don't you get under my skin, because actually you are getting under my skin, and I'm not ready for this, and I don't like it because
Right, oh yeah, well.
it's going to hurt.
Well, we'll try not to make it hurt too much. We've still got a few more songs to talk about, but we've got a couple more to talk about. But before that, where can listeners find out a little bit more about you, Trysette, your website, and where they can buy your hard-earned CDs, etc., please?
Great, thank you. Probably the best place to go first up is Trysette.com, and thanks to my mum, there's a Y in my name, so it's Try, SETTE.com.
Right.
You can find, you can listen there. You can, from the listen page, you can be directed to iTunes or Amazon. You can go straight to those if you want.
Lovely, lovely.
There is a store on my website as well, where you can order them directly from me, and I'll sign them and send them off to you. A fairly recent addition to my website is my blog page. Never thought that I would write a blog, but started writing about my stories in, I think, November, and it's really just been very popular, and I think people are connecting with some of the stories in particular. And so I'm really excited about the blogs.
It's surprising what what can happen when you write a blog. Suddenly it inspires and other people who read and think, oh well, I know what that's all about, or I know this, or I know that. So inspiration, yet again, you know.
Absolutely, I wrote one last week, and it seemed to hit a nerve, because I do try to be as honest and raw in my personal stories. Some of the blogs are about, you know, the cover songs that I'm writing, or the behind the scenes recording sessions, which I like to make little videos for. So that's I like to mix it up. But some of my personal stories, I like to be as honest as I can, because I understand now how much that can help people, because I love to read about other people's story. It helps me. And yes, it got quite a bit of feedback, positive feedback, from people saying, wow, I really needed to read this today. So isn't that wonderful?
Oh, like an agony aunt, Trysette, you know. We spoke about live performances. Are you on starting another tour soon? Anything in England or even in the United States, or are you still having a little bit of time to yourself, whatever?
I'm having the time out this year, but I will be planning to be doing some more touring next year. I don't know what my status is with England. I got refused entry into our motherland about 7 years ago, and
Yes.
same Queen, but they didn't want me there. So I don't understand. But I would love to come back to England. I do love England, and I love the people, and I have friends there. But funny enough, that's why I had to record Le Café Ancien in France in the end, because I got refused entry into England as I was coming in to finish the album.
Oh, strange, isn't it? Yeah.
But that's another album. So
Yes. Yeah, but there's another story, I'm sure, anyway. Yeah. You rebels down there. And
I know. They won't let us home.
Well, you're not all Ned Kellys down there, are you? But, anyway,
hopefully they'll forget about that before long, and I can come back and do
Try
some
again.
shows.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, we'll have a word with Her Majesty. It's her birthday soon, so she'll probably change her mind, etc.
She might pardon me.
Yes, she must pardon you indefinitely. Well, a question I have been asking, it's proved to be quite popular. If you could perform anywhere on Earth, or whatever it is, where would that be and why, please, Trysette?
The first one would be the Shepherd's Bush Empire, because I went to I went to a couple of shows there, and the other one is Red Rocks in Colorado. I mean, that's huge, but I don't know if you've ever seen pictures of it or ever been there.
No, I haven't. No. We should go and check it out tomorrow.
Yes. It's a natural amphitheatre in the desert, and it's just so incredibly beautiful. I've only seen pictures of it, but I think it would be one of the most magic places on earth to play, just by the look of it and by what people say about it.
Wow. Well, we'll see what we can do about that. We'll have more connections over there in Colorado. And, maybe the Grand Canyon. What about the Grand Canyon?
Yes. Well, it's kind of a mini Grand Canyon. That's what it looks like in the pictures. But, yeah, beautiful.
We'll go and check it out tomorrow, lady. Why don't we do that?
I have a spot for Colorado especially. Fiona and I have played in Grand Junction a few years in a row. And we have a very good friend there, Barbara Butler, and she promotes a show there for us at the Modern Performing Arts Centre, and she's amazing. She tends to fill that theatre when we come, and which is not an easy task when you're, relatively unknown in a town. But we really love playing there, and I'll definitely be coming back to play there again next year.
Okay, well, we look forward to that. We'll fly over there, especially for that show, lady.
I think you must.
Okay. Anybody else on the album you want to accredit and say thank you to at all, please?
Well, absolutely. The album probably wouldn't have come about if Bob Malone, my friend in Los Angeles, hadn't introduced me to Steve McDonald, who produced it, and Bob DeMarco. This has been Steve McDonald's baby right from the start, and he asked me to record there, which meant that he was really passionate about my music, and it was just such a wonderful experience, and it spanned over about 3 years. And at first I was, wishing it would be finished, but then I realised, no, actually it's good that it took the time it did. So I'm extremely grateful to Steve and Bob DeMarco, who owns the studio that it was recorded in. And then, of course, all the musicians who played on the album, and there's some wonderful people on there. I mean, I felt so honoured to be in the studio working with some of these world-renowned musicians.
I bet you did.
A couple of examples is Mike Baird. He was drummer for Journey and played with Joe Cocker and all different people. And Randy Ray Mitchell was Donna Summer's guitarist for 30 years before she passed.
Yeah.
And Bob Malone, of course, is John Fogerty's keyboard player, but Bob's singer-songwriter in his own right, and he tours the world playing his own music. And, of course, Chris Corney, my friend in Bedfordshire, he actually produced the title track, The Feel So Pretty song. Yeah, on this album.
Well, we're going to, talking about pretty, to Keep Me Dancing. That's you dancing or me dancing. Let's have a little listen to Keep Me Dancing. Here we go.
Keep me dancing.
There you are. Was it somebody keeping you dancing, or was it an offer? Or
No, that was just lying in my room, looking out on a beautiful starry night, thinking, wow, this makes it, it kind of brings you back to a really lovely place. And, again, having gone through all those emotions and feeling in a dark place, and I kind of was talking to the darkness and talking to the sun like they were animate objects. I tried to bring them to life because all nature has such an impact on our life, doesn't it, and our emotions and our psyche. And I just wanted to honour how much being able to look out and appreciate the natural beauty of nature meant to me.
Well, we'll try and keep you dancing. We've got one more song to talk about, which is Take a Bow, or Take a Bow. I think it's Take a Bow. Or take a bow and arrow if you want to. But so listen to Take a Bow, because that's what you should do, take a bow. Let's have a listen. Here we go.
What you can do, not just to fly by night. No, you've earned the right to take the floor. You're not the boy next door. And to be understood, justify you never should save your breath. Oh, save your breath. Take a bow. Everybody wants you. Oh, by now they know what you can do.
Yes, we all know what you can do now. So take a bow or a curtsy.
Well, if the song was about me, it would be Take a Curtsy. That one's not about me, actually. A friend of mine at the time had landed a gig, and he was starting to tour with a fairly famous band. And that's really what the song was about, It was just about him, me seeing kind of the opportunities coming for him.
Well, we can see lots of opportunities coming for you. I think 2017 could be a good year for you, Trysette. I know it will.
Oh, wow. That
I can
sounds
feel
good.
it.
I'll take it.
Okay, we'll put the check in the post and everything will be okay.
I'm moving house. I'll just send you my new address.
Thank you. Well, look, thank you for your time, Trysette. Suddenly, 40-odd minutes has gone so quickly that it's been great speaking to you. And do you have a message out there for the listeners and for your fans, etc.? Please, Trysette.
I do. Thank you so much, Cheri and Dorth, for having me on. And I'd just like to thank everybody who listens and just say to them, you have no idea how much it means to artists like myself to have the love and the feedback that comes from you. It actually it actually keeps, my drive going, knowing that my music means so much to you. So thank you very much. Keep supporting and keep letting us know that you love it, because it really does inspire me to want to keep creating for you.
Well, we will let you know. Thank you once again, Trysette, for myself and Lady Hawke.
Indeed, yes.
Thank you. I'll have a quick word with you off air, but thank you. Trysette, well, thank you. It's been fabulous. I should go away and have a little cry now.
Aww.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
No, thank God it's over, that dreadful Australian Sheila. No, not at all, no.
Oh,
Good to
Take
go
care.
out on it with a giggle.
that's right.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I've had a ball.
Right, yes, thank you, Trysette. That's lovely.
Thank you.
Stay there. Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye bye.